The call came while I was still in my office. Not mine, really. It only looked that way. Glass walls, polished oak desk, the soft hum of servers breathing like obedient animals. I stood very still, watching my reflection fracture across the city lights. When her name flashed on the screen, my daughter-in-law. I didn't answer at first. I let the phone vibrate itself tired. Then I picked up. "If you want to join Thanksgiving," she shouted, her voice sharp with ownership. "Come wash the dishes." Silence settled between us, heavy, measured. I pictured the conference room behind me. The chairs pushed too close together. Coffee cups still warm, my fiancée's scarf draped over the chair she never used to sit in. I smiled. Not because it was funny, because it was clean. "Enjoy," I said, and ended the call. I didn't know yet how deep the rot went, only that something had shifted, that my world had tilted half a degree off its axis. I opened my email. There it was, a calendar invite I hadn't sent, a strategy deck I hadn't approved, created in my office, edited by her. Greed has a smell, metallic, warm, familiar, and it was all over my space. It didn't arrive as a scream. It never does. It arrived as patterns. The way my fiancée stopped meeting my eyes when numbers came up, the way she'd flinch when I entered rooms she thought were empty, how her laughter, once effortless, had learned restraint. Training. I noticed the invoices first. Subtle rerouting. Pennies shaved, then pounds. Then silence where confirmation should be. She called it efficiency. I called it rehearsal. There were lunches she never invited me to. Meetings she scheduled under assistants' names. A new warmth between her and my daughter-in-law, women, who once shared nothing but polite distance. I told myself stories. Stress. Ambition. Love reshaping itself. Denial is a skilled liar. It speaks in reason. One night she fell asleep with her phone unlocked. The glow cut her face into something unfamiliar. Messages stacked like dominoes. Almost ready. "He trusts you. Once it's done, we're free." Free from me. I didn't scroll. I didn't need to. The truth had weight. And it settled. They weren't stealing money. They were stealing position. My company, my legacy, my name used as a passcode. And my fiancée? She wasn't leading. She was being held. I became careful. Careful with smiles. Careful with silence. I let them believe I was distracted, traveling, aging, soft. At night, I audited everything. Phone records, server logs, timestamp anomalies. I watched the digital fingerprints bloom like bruises. Always from my office, always after hours. I ordered a forensic review under a shell firm. Quiet, efficient, no questions. At dinners, I listened. My daughter-in-law spoke too much when she drank. About futures she didn't own yet. About kitchens she ruled. About how old money never adapts. She laughed when she said it. I watched my fiancé nod. A puppet learns its strings. I booked a villa in Switzerland. Not as an escape, as bait. The photos were obscene. Glass walls over snow, firelight bleeding into marble. Wealth without apology. I posted nothing. I sent them privately. Within minutes, my phone screamed. 71 calls. Missed. I didn't answer. Power reveals itself when you remove oxygen. The report arrived on a Thursday. Clean, final. Funds siphoned through layered LLCs. A board reshuffle drafted in secret. My fiancé listed as interim CEO, a role she'd never survive alone. They planned to bankrupt the shell, blame the market, walk away rich, leave me with a corpse and condolences. I invited her to the office. Just her. She arrived nervous, beautiful, empty-handed. I slid the folder across the desk. "Read," I said. Her hands shook, then stopped. Pages turned. Color drained. She looked up, mouth open. Closed it, tried again. "I didn't." "I know," I said. That broke her. Tears fell, real ones, the kind that burn. She confessed in fragments. Pressure, promises, how my daughter-in-law had framed it as justice, rebalancing, a family correction. "She said you'd never notice," she whispered. I nodded. I noticed everything. Thanksgiving came anyway. I didn't attend. Instead, I sent an email. To the board. To the banks. To the auditors. Attachments included. By dessert, accounts were frozen. By coffee, arrests were scheduled, not for fraud, but for conspiracy, cleaner, faster. My daughter-in-law called. Once, then again. Then, until the number meant nothing. When she finally reached me, her voice was small. "You ruined us." I looked out over the Alps. "No," I said. "You showed me who you were." Click. My fiancé left that night. No bags, no drama. Just a key on the counter and a note that said, "I'm sorry," like it was currency. I didn't reply. I live in Switzerland now, not because I ran. Because I chose. The company recovered. It always would have. I removed the rot, reinforced the bones, and stepped back. Control doesn't need proximity. Sometimes my phone still rings. I don't check who it is. Greed blinded them. Silence sharpened me. They wanted my seat at the table. I took the whole room, and when the noise finally stopped, I realized something simple and final. I was never their victim.